welcome to another episode of the traditional Flozztube, where I talk to you about my whips, what I've been doing, what I've bought, and what my plans are. I just know from the get-go that this Flozztube is gonna be full of stories and really expensive. I have bought a few things, not really cross-stitch related, and also I've received some of the expensive things I mentioned previously, and I will show you in a sec. So let's talk about what I've been doing then. I have 3 whips, as you would have known if you watched my other videos. I still have 3 whips. I finished one of them, which I'll tell you a little bit, but I'll show you the biggest whip I have right now. The good thing is I've actually progressed somewhere. Jang jang. So this one is called the Countryside from Backstitch. Yes. I bought it from Amazon. I was very, I guess, attracted to the autumnal colors. That's why I bought it, without realizing how big it actually is. So compared to last time, I've progressed a lot. So that's 1 page, and I've actually finished 1 page after 5.5 months. I started this one the start of November last year, and because, as you can see now, that this is like a very leafy area with lots of different colors, just to show light coming through the leaves and different sort of red tones of leaves. There were lots of confettis and things like that, so it really tortured me when I was working on that section. But now I've gone through the first page. I'm almost halfway through the second page. There are pretty big blocks of colors now. At least you can do one color for a little bit, then change to the other color. So it's much more convenient and enjoyable for me to work on this. And I have been very much leaning towards working on this when I can. I generally do it before I go to work. On a good day, I could have 40 minutes stitching time before work. On a bad day, 10 minutes. But it's progressing really, really well, especially on the second page. Before I was more doing cross country, but now it's a very, I guess, non-parking method, kind of going vertical, sometimes horizontal from time to time. So that's this one. I'll keep working on it. Hopefully it's not going to take me years and years. I don't really have a deadline. I just want to really enjoy it, cherish it, work on it, take it 1 stitch at a time. There you go. I'll put it on my side. Another thing is, as you know, I was working on the project for JP. It is called Fluorescent Neural Stem Cell Fluorescent Microscope, something like that. So it's supposed to represent what neural stem cells look like under a fluorescent microscope with different colors. I was doing this in the hope of making a little something for JP's desk. So it's like a decoration. Also, it's sort of related to his work. I decided to make this particular one an UFO. I will try to show you the stitches, but I'm not sure whether it's gonna really show. I was abandoning this for the past a couple months because I found it really hard to work on. It is on Black Ada, so I could only comfortably work on it during the day, but I don't get that much day stitching time because my job is towards the night and I have to do certain things during the day before I go to work. And because I work at night, I tend to get up quite late. So the actual day time is very limited. And on the weekends, we do have, adult responsibilities. You need to clean your house, or why you want to get all those things done when there's sunlight. So then when I wind down, I just want to work on something relaxing rather than trying to struggle finding the little gap so I can put my needles through, and changing colors all the time, so I can never settle on just stitching one color for a little bit. So, and also I really don't like my stitches on 18 count. So I've restarted it. If you saw my previous video, you would have known that I was using Q-snap to I guess provide tension to work on the project. On this Black Ada, it leaves white marks. I do not know whether you can wash it off. I assume you can. So that's just something to keep in mind if you do want to use a Q-snap on Black Ada. It does leave white streaks. I'm not sure whether it bothers you or not. So I will keep it away, just store it, and use the big fabric gaps to try different things. But I did restart the project. I decided to do it on 25 count. And I have decided to stitch the hundreds and thousands stitches of black. So it's a bit boring, but I hope it will be worth it. So I'm doing this on 25 count even weave, easy guide, and I'm just doing black. Rolls and rolls and black. I restarted yesterday. The finished project will be pretty small. I think it's 5" by 6 and a little bit, 6 1/4, something like that. It's gonna be a small project, and I've for now decided 2 strands over 1. Because I don't want the white to show through, especially on the black part. It's supposed to be, under fluorescent microscope where all the background is black. So I want to keep the picture true to what it's supposed to be. So for now, I've decided, at least for black, I will do 2 strands. It is bulky, but I'll see how I go when I approach one of the other colors. And I think when I do eventually approach one of the other colors, I'll be so grateful. But for now, it's just rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls of black. At least I don't really need to refer to the pattern because I just know it's black. So I am doing, instead of the 4-page structure, I chose the 9-page one. The first page of the 9 maybe had less than 10 stitches of other colors. Other than that, it's just black. But at least I can work on it during the night, so I'll have less excuses to avoid it. And hopefully it will progress relatively quickly. Not like the one on the black. So that's this one I restarted. And The Aston Martin 1935 project is actually finished. And it's getting framed right now. I am a very silly person. I forgot to at least, keep it to show it in a video. It was not that well planned. So I've got the story to tell here. Originally, after I finished my project, I showed it on a Facebook group in Australia, and one of the ladies really liked that project, so she's wondering where she could get it. So I told her I will be happy to give you my chart, and you can just pay for the shipping. So then I sent it to her. I said, okay, shipping is blah. But then she decided to pay for the pattern. She was so lovely. So then I had this idea that I would frame or try to frame the project myself. And I had this grand plan of making a video about it. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be me trying lacing, blah, 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 all these things. And I did purchase a few things to do lacing with, but I think I wasn't planning it very well, and I thought it was too simple than it actually should be. So I didn't have time to, actually wash, dry, iron, do all those things. So then I thought, okay, I'll go to a frame store and see whether I could find an already made mat board. So then I'll do all those things afterwards. But the problem is I didn't follow exactly the requirement of fabric on the pattern. So it was requiring 25 count or 27 count over 2. But 27 count is very hard to find in Australia. I think it's an American thing. So I did 28 counts. And that means the fabric itself made the project sides very awkward. So I couldn't find a suitable mat board in that frame store. So then we ended up going to the counter and asking them about it. And I don't know, I felt awkward. I felt ill-prepared. And the person obviously didn't know what I wanted. So we were kind of just going back and forth, everyone confused. And she was thinking, you want to frame it yourself? Are you making your own frame? Like, what's going on? And I was just like, I just want it to go in and out, get it done, and I can deal with it myself at home. So we had these two different mentalities, and eventually I was just like, okay, I surrender, I gave up. I'm not going to do this myself. This is too much for my brain to handle. And I ended up saying, okay, I'll get it framed in your frame store. Don't talk to me about it, like the fact that I didn't stretch my fabric. It's hard to measure the mat board or blah, 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 all these things. Just get it done in your store, okay? But in my mind, I was very frustrated because nothing is according to plan anymore. And when things are out of order, I get really bothered, hot and bothered. So then I had all this anger and frustration about myself. And then, she was measuring the project up and she was like, oh, you didn't stretch this. It's so hard to measure. Oh, I really want to do a good job to make sure the measurements are all correct. Blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, I know I didn't do it. Can you not talk about it? Oh, seriously. So then I just had more and more anger bottled up inside of me. But anyways, so then she's like, oh, actually, we can't stretch it. We have to give it to a second store to stretch it. So it's going to be this long, this much longer. It's going to be this much more expensive. I was like, okay, that's fine. Deal with it. I don't want to know anything about it. Just I'll pay and deal with it. So then after all that kerfuffle, it's being framed right now. It's not too expensive, but afterwards I was angry for the whole day. So we went there early afternoon, but by the end of the night I was still so upset. It's more like I missed this opportunity to make a possibly very good video, or I just lost the chance to experiment, I guess, and that's why I was so angry. But once I get the product, I will show you in a video sometime in the future. Hopefully it won't take too long.
This is Future Floz reporting that I really like the frame job. Here I'm just showing you a detailed video of the project. I guess you can see that there are imperfections and also some of the black does show through, but overall it's stretched very nicely and it's framed very well as well.
So all up it's $99, including stretch fee in another store. That's fine. And after I receive it, I will gift it to my father-in-law. Hopefully he will like it, and he might just play it on his little table or something. And I also gifted the Twilight Angel, the FFO, to my friend. So I'm pretty sure I mentioned, or hopefully I mentioned, I definitely have mentioned that I sent my Twilight Angel to a framing store, and after so long I still didn't receive it. And there's another story here. This is a very story-packed Flozztube video. So I waited for that project for 2 months. What took so long, first of all, was the mat board had to be ordered. Apparently it was out of stock. So yes, I understood that it could take a bit of time there. And then I kept asking about the project after 1 month and a bit, 1 month and half maybe. So then he's like, oh, it's done. You can come, that weekend, and I will tell you once it's done anyways. And it was nothing. So then I thought, okay, I don't want to be pushy. I will like just wait. Maybe he'll just contact me. But another 2 weeks, nothing. So then I sent another email. But this time he didn't even reply. So then later on, I finally received an email saying, oh, your last inquiry email went into my junk, so I didn't see it. It's done. Come and pick it up. So I finally picked it up. And I took a picture. I might put it here if possible. And my friend was kind enough to film a video, a very detailed video, mind you, of the whole thing, the FFO. And I'm overall pretty happy with it. So the framing cost was 77 Australian dollars for a 5x7. I do not know how much it normally would cost, but I know for sure that it's not stretched. It possibly was stapled because when I was closely inspecting the project, I could see there's a bit of a wrinkly bit, but the whole framing situation made you take the attention off the actual stitching or the imperfections, and it makes the project look so good. And I'm pretty happy with the final results and the choice of mat board and the frame. I'm very happy, and my friend's very happy with it too. I hope she can find a good place to display it. And maybe once she decided where she wants to put it, she will tell me. She'll take a picture of it, and I'll be very happy and very proud. And I remember last video I said after I finish the Aston Martin project, I would do something for me because everything just ends up being a gift for other people. I said I would like other people to help me choose it. But one kind viewer actually said she voted on the peacock one. But I ended up choosing the Victorian Elegance. And I have been working on it pretty regularly, almost every night after work when I could watch things and hobby with JP. It's so pretty. The whole thing requires 3 strands, and there were 4 blends, but the blends were used pretty readily. The 3 strand situation made the stitching process a bit more uncomfortable because it's harder to make the threads lay flat. But overall it's not too bad. So it's a kit. It's Victorian Elegance by Dimensions Gold Collection. So obviously this is the fabric that the kit provided. It is a maybe even weave or Laguna or something. It's 28 counts anyways, so you stitch over 2. I guess because it's 3 strands, the whole project looks very full, and also the dimensions thread is a bit thinner, so it's not as bulky. But yeah, 3 strands is not good in terms of having fine control. But I'll keep going. It's looking alright so far. I'm just sort of working on the clothes right now, and I think I should do some like backstitching here. So I want to do backstitching as I go because this one has a lot of backstitching. So that's this one. And let me have a sip of my Korean instant coffee. Okay, so remember I said it's full of story and it's expensive? I'll tell you why. So I mentioned I spent big bucks on getting my thread organization system from America, and I was complaining about the shipping and the whole ordering process, and I had obstacles, blah blah blah. I've received it. So, oh god, this is my Annie's Keepers. This is the actual 300 keepers storage pack. It's got the sliders, the actual keepers, the plastic bits, and I think the very heavy duty stickers that you can I guess write the colors on. It is pretty heavy. So I bought this one, and I also bought a starter pack for you to organize your new project with. It's got the ring, the sliders, not for storage, but for project organizing maybe, and then the more keepers. So the shipping was $69 US, and the whole thing cost me almost 250 Australian dollars. And JP was kind enough to say, don't worry about deducting the shipping off the hobby fund, and I didn't. So I saved up for probably 6 months to be able to get this. And I do understand why the shipping is so expensive now. It's heavy, especially this one. I think altogether it will be well over 3 kilos. So finally I got them. I remember I was probably saying I ordered from the stitching shop in America, but I didn't get a confirmation straight away. After maybe a week, I sent an inquiry just to see, okay, have you received my order? Like, what's going on? I haven't received any confirmation. They said they were actually out of stock and a new shipment just came in, so they were going to process my order. So then the money was finally deducted, and the actual shipment didn't take long to arrive. It probably took less than 2 weeks, to be honest. So the whole process was easy once things started getting going. So that means later on it's gonna be a journey for me to start organizing my threads. I don't actually have that many, but I just wanted to make sure I have a system before I start getting, more and more threads. Otherwise, it's gonna take over my life. I've seen some people showing their stash, and it doesn't appeal to me how much space everything takes. So I just wanted to get things organized before it has the possibility of getting out of control. So that's that story. What else? I also got a fabric cutter. So this actually came in handy when I was trying to cut the fabric to redo the neuro stem cell project. It's not super sharp, but it has this mechanism that will show the blade and cover it, which I really like. It's ingenious. I mean, I've never really used things like that before. Maybe it's very common, but for me, I was very impressed with the whole engineering and the design. It didn't cost much. I just bought it from Aldi when it had the special buys related to sewing, blah, blah, blah. And speaking of special buys, I finally bit the bullet and got a sewing machine. Oh! I got a sewing machine. I don't actually know how to use it, but I got it just because then at least I could have an opportunity to learn how to use a sewing machine. I think in my whole family, I don't think my mom knows how to use one, or I've never seen her use one anyways. My grandma used to have one. It's the one that's part of a table and there's some kind of mechanism to get it up. I think she probably sold that already. I remember seeing it when I was much younger, in primary school. And it had a little pedal down the bottom, on the floor, connected to the table. So no one ever taught me how to use sewing machine or how to sew, and I don't know any other crafts other than cross stitch. So it's gonna be fun trying to figure out how to use a sewing machine, and hopefully I can use that to hem my fabric, because right now the loose threads are just hanging because I don't want to use masking tape, and I tried the Flosstube, it didn't really work, so I will have fun exploring. What else? I don't have any new plans at this stage, because all 3 of my projects going on have no signs of getting finished anytime soon. Since I've got this Annie's Keepers project organizing set, I might start a new one when it's time for another gift, but there is no definite date at this stage. I think that's the end of the video. I lied. I actually have another story to tell. So, if you've watched my previous videos, I think any of the traditional Flosstube videos, you would have known that I subscribed to a thread club. I actually unsubscribed because, so that one's, let me start from the beginning. It's not that expensive. It's $26 a month for classic Colorworks threads. I enjoyed it when I received it, but it's more of a future plan for stitching my own name with the Nora Corbett letter ones. But it's eating up my $50 a month budget very quickly, and if I do want to save up for something, it takes way longer. So I've decided to just unsubscribe so I can save up for something bigger much quicker, because I have told you in my recent Stitching Corner update videos that I want to buy quite a few things. So that will cost a lot. I mean, especially if I want to buy a quantum frame, it's gonna cost a few $100s. So now the next thing I want to buy is a holder, an iPad holder for my countryside, that project. And then I'll see what I need most. Maybe kit up another project or buy an L bar. So you will not see any updates regarding my thread monthly subscription anymore. That's sad. But when I do need those classic Colorworks threads, I'll just buy whatever I need instead of getting the surprises. Surprises are fun when they're there, but it's not that necessary. And also another thing I want to tell you is you might have noticed that the comment section was disabled on my previous video, the Stitching Corner update video. I did not disable the comment. I think YouTube just did it automatically, maybe because of some weird algorithm. They have this child protection rule regulations, so they're very, I guess, serious about it, maybe. There's no way for me to get rid of the disable comment, so it has to be disabled. I think it's related to the bonus video of Amy the Greyhound. I might have said something that suggested kids, I don't know. And JP and I tried to see whether we could raise up the fact that there could be a mistake to YouTube, but we're not a YouTube partner. We haven't reached that level to start earning money yet. So there's even no way for us to tell them, hey, you made a mistake. So we just gotta deal with it. And I guess in the future, I'll be more careful regarding what I say. That could be interpreted a different way. So that doesn't happen, because that video was supposed to be, I guess, good in terms of, just having discussions in the comment section, but now you can't. So yeah, it sucks that it ends on that note, but I guess that's the end of the video. Hope you have enjoyed seeing my haul and listening to me babbling, complaining, telling you different stories, how silly I've been, and just seeing my stitching update. I have decided to maybe create another playlist or kind of video, because I do want to talk to you about how to treat your hobby in a more sustainable way. because hobbies are very important to me. I will talk to you in details about it in those videos. But I'm thinking maybe from time to time my like traditional Flosstube videos, the face-to-face one where I talk to you about whips updates, can be divided into two sections. So the first section will be purely cross-stitch related. I'll tell you all these itty bitty details. And then the second part, it's literally a discussion with different topics. And hopefully you'll enjoy that as well, and seeing the different reasons behind my different decisions and different plans. Other than that, I hope you enjoy your cross stitch, enjoy your whips, enjoy planning for new things, enjoy whatever hobbies you're doing, and stay safe and stay happy.